Well, I'm absolutely delighted for the players and everyone connected with the club. Like I said before the game, that okay, no matter what the result was today, if we won it or not, been really proud of the professionalism and the integrity and the pride and the style of which the team have played this season. This is what we wanted to create. But I also said I thought this would be a great place to show the development of the team, because this was our first game here in the sunshine, in a nice pitch, together. And could we now go out and show the progress that we've made as a team, and wrap it up, in that way. So for the players to do that in the style that they did, and to show every element that you would want from a football team, makes me really, really happy.
It's your first title as a manager, so how does that feel for you coming in and doing that in your first season?
Yeah, I'll have a cup of tea tonight and watch the game again. Yeah, I'm more pleased for others. I'm really happy for the board. Firstly, they put the trust in me to come in here, and strategically, how we've gone together with the one club, one vision mentality. They've put the trust and the ownership of me to lead it, which I'm very grateful for, and they've allowed me to work. I'm absolutely delighted for the players, because for them to play like they did today, and like they've done for a lot of the season, and they'll tell you there's big demands of them every day, but they get the rewards for it. And today, in the performance and how they played and winning their sixth title, they got that. I'm over the moon for the supporters, because I'm very lucky. I'm one of them, but I'm on the side. And from the first day I walked in here, they've given me nothing but 150% support. So for them to have a great day in another occasion. And what does it mean to me? I'm just happy that I can win it in the style that I wanted to. I think when I came in, I said very clearly the club was on a winning cycle. I wanted to continue that, but to do that in the very, very best possible way that we could. And I think that we've shown that over the course of the season, that I'd be very harsh to say there was a better way to do it, because how we've played and how we've worked has been amazing. But we still have work to do to finish, but today we'll celebrate having a great success, winning the league, and get ready now for Wednesday.
Brendan, it's won in the first weekend in April. People will say it's been an easy title win for you. How would you describe it? Was it easy for your team to get this title so early?
No, I just think, listen, for any people thinking it's easy, if you look at Aberdeen the other night, how well they played, a really good team, excellent manager, they go away and get a victory, a hard place to go, and it's just been the level of our consistency. These are players that they're getting the rewards for how they work, how they work on a daily basis, and they've been able to take that, and they've had the courage to take on board elements of the game that I wanted to see, and have that courage, and the ability to play out of different systems. We played 3-4-3 today, and they've played that, and they've shown that they're very, very comfortable working how I asked them to work. So no, circling back in, it wasn't easy. Okay, it may look it, the numbers may tell you that, but for us it's not our way of thinking. Every game is tough, every game is hard, but it's how you make it look.
Does Scott Sinclair kind of typify what's happened this season? A guy whose career hit a bit of a box, he's come up here, just taken off for $3.5 million, is a hell of a bargain.
No, he's a top class player. I knew Scotty inside out, so I knew what he could bring to here, which is why I travelled all around the place trying to get him, make sure he came here. But what I say is a really happy player. When you have a happy player who's confident, he understands how I work, he understands the demands that I put on players, and because he wants to be successful, he enjoys that. And you see his goal today, the first goal, that speed, the explosion, his run for the second goal, how he broke the line, and then the composure to get in and finish, and then he was the penalty taker for me at Swansea, so I always know he can score a penalty. So a brilliant all-round performance. But I think today was about the team. Probably people maybe would have thought without Dembele, without Griffiths. How I work was about the collective, and how the collective team worked together. and that's how we can play so well and get the result.
You show that as well with the substitutions. You give guys a game who have been there all season for you on the sidelines.
Yeah, I could easily go and give the young kid a go and stick him on, but I've got guys that sweat the blood for me all year, and I want them to feel, you know, that they're very much a part and respected for what they do. You know, Colo was brought in primarily to help us qualify for Champions League. He's been a great role model for some of the other players. You know, he's always with us in spirit and in his qualities. And yeah, he started that game back then against Hearts. Took him a bit longer to warm up, maybe, but he got on and made an appearance. And I think you see in the scenes afterwards the reaction and how close they are.
How do you kick on from here? Are you already thinking about the future, or do you take time to savour this, or just for now?
Not really. I think it's nice for the players, great for the supporters tonight. I'm sure they'll be in the bars and enjoying it. But for me, I've always got to be thinking about tomorrow. You know, I've got to be thinking of a preparation for tomorrow, for Wednesday's game, because we've got to think of the semi-final of the Cup. We've got 3 important league games before that. We've ticked off another target, so that's 2. We now have another one. We get hopefully 2 more games in the Scottish Cup, but a lot of work to do before that, and a lot of thinking with my coaching staff and medical team and players in order to achieve what it is we want to.
Do you feel this is just a starting point, and then in your development of the team, we're only going to get much better?
Yeah,
It's a start.
yeah, that's what I see it as. So the beginning of the cycle, it's exciting to see the growth and the development. And the beauty of this group of players and how we want to take the club forward is that they are only going to get better. TNA will get better, Armstrong will get better. All these guys are now working in a way where they're comfortable in what I'm asking them to do. And I think you've seen the work rate and the intensity with the players right to the very end. So that's only going to get better, and we'll add to it, not very many, but all I want to do is add quality to help them. And if we can do that, then the cycle can continue.
Do you believe that quality is going to cost you a bit of money to try and get that Champions League team that you're trying to build?
Yeah, you have to spend, but the club have been great for me. You know, we could have signed a player that I wanted to get in the last window for quite a large sum of money, but for me it has to be the right player. The board, listen, there is a ceiling on what you can bring into here, and sometimes it's also from the player's perspective as well. But the beauty and the excitement of it is we've seen development in players that have already been here. You know, the progress, I think you can see clearly from the first game to this game now, and their level in the game, and then yeah, with the right available player, because that's what it's all about: availability and affordability. You know, we can't just sign anyone. That's not realistic. It doesn't work like that. But if the right player becomes available, and the forward ability is there, and the club will back me like they've done since the first day I walked into Celtic Park, then we'll do it. If not, as I said, we'll look to our next targets.
You're already being linked with a move back down south. What message would you send out to people about what plans you have here at Celtic?
I'm very content. I'm only starting in management really. I've had 5 jobs. So I'm thinking at some point I need to just stay calm. You know, I've already worked in the Premier League, and I couldn't think of a better place for me to be in this stage of my life than Glasgow Celtic. I'm very comfortable here, and sometimes that ambition you have to be careful of. You have to really appreciate what you have, and now I'm a bit older and a bit more mature and in the management game. I feel very, very happy here, and there's not a place in this world I could be right now where I'd be happier in my football life and personal life. So yeah, it's only the start for us. I have a responsibility for the supporters. Being one of them, I know what they think, what they want. I want to try and bring them as far to that as I possibly can, and when my time is up, hopefully I will have left a legacy here that they can smile about and have enjoyed, and then I'll be over to the next one. But until that moment comes, which hopefully won't be for a while, I'm very content.
You seem very calm today, Brendan. Is that a deliberate kind of taking it all in, or is that just the way you tend to be?
I never get too carried away when we win. and it helps me never get too disappointed when we lose. If you expect me to be sliding on my knees, I've got to dry clean this shirt. I do. So I'm not really one for that. I'm happy, of course. I'm very proud. But a 5-0 was kicking the dugout. So I've just got an inbuilt thing in my mind to be perfection, and I know it can't happen in football, but I'm really happy, of course, but I've always tried to keep my emotions intact.
Where does this rank, Brendan, in your football achievements within the title today then?
Oh, it's a huge privilege for me. I went very close a couple of years ago with my Liverpool team, and of course there was disappointment in that when it didn't happen. So I couldn't think of a better football club to win my first league title with, and the club I've supported all my life. Dreamed to do it for the people that are close to me and all the supporters. So so to do it here is fantastic. And like I say, it's 2 trophies now, and we know what else we want to achieve between now and the end of the season, and we're going to fight like hell to do it.
Is this your biggest achievement? Do you feel your best achievement in football?
Not really, no. And I'm not trying to downplay it. And you know, I've always said that the titles and everything is great. I look at the influence that's my achievement, personal. You guys and you people, of course, you have to write it. It needs to go on CVs. My biggest feeling that I have emotionally is what I can influence players. So when I see Stuart Armstrong play like he did today, that's my big achievement. You know, when I see Tierney, when I see Sinclair, see Scotty, Brown, you know, develop, these are my big achievements, because that was always my goals when I set out to coach.
Well, you dropped Scott Brown, he had him yesterday.
Do you know what? I said to him, have I had a yellow bib? I says, I don't know what you were doing in that hotel last night, but he was awful. Right? But the beauty with Brownie is he knows it. He had an absolute beast, as they say. But I would never have him off. He's right in the middle of the engine for me. That's the jungle in there. And there's no man you want the jungle in Brownie, even when he's having a shocker.